Hey, it's Mark here with your video thought for the day. So this week I'm taking the video thoughts and basically coming up with bad puns in the kitchen that I can use to take me to a number of different scriptures to try and get a buffet approach to video thoughts for the day so that they feed your soul in ways that I might not do if I were just looking at biblical themes, for example. And yesterday I had the first one. I was talking about the greater things, looking at a cheese grater. And toward the end, I made a reference to what I'm sure you all remember as the knock knock joke. Knock knock, who's there? Banana, banana who? Knock knock, who's there? Banana, banana who? Knock knock, who's there? Orange, orange who? Orange, you glad I didn't say banana. And I thought about that because today's video thought for the day, I'm using my favorite kind of citrus there is. Now this is called a Sumo orange. It was developed in Japan over the last 3 or 4 decades. And you've only been able to buy them commercially in America for the last 10 years or so. But I think they get their name both from the Japanese heritage and the knob at the top kind of looks like the knot on a sumo wrestler's man bun or whatever they call it. This is the most incredible piece of citrus you will ever eat. This thing is like amazing. It's the sweetest. It's got no seeds. It peels so easily. It's just really scrumptious. And I like it because it, like a banana, both carry the pun of being appealing. And that's my video thought for the day. It comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 19, 20, in that range. Paul's in the middle of a dialogue with the Corinthians, and he talks about how he and others have been made ambassadors of Christ, that they were God's effort to speak to the masses about what Jesus had done. And Paul says that God was making his appeal through Paul and the others. And this is great. They were supposed to be appealing for God. Now, what does this mean for you and me as we look at our thought for the day? Well, if you're eating a Sumo orange or a banana, it's easy. But regardless, you and I are supposed to be the vessels through whom God makes his appeal. I spent last week with our pastor over in England, and we were talking to a number of different people, and he asked almost everybody we met, how did you develop your relationship with God? How did it come about? And it was amazing how people, after another, gave their answer that involved somehow a relationship with someone else. I was in a relationship with someone, or there was someone who spoke into my life, or someone that I was close to, or something like that. Because that's how we grow before God. I've got to tell you, I'm convinced that one of the ways the enemies of faith best keep people from following God is by painting and portraying or demonstrating those people who claim to be believers in God, who in fact act totally differently. Whether it's dead front hypocrisy or just bitterness and angriness or so many different attitudes of envy and greed and selfishness that are ungodly attitudes. And if we want God to be able to make his appeal through us, then what we need to do are show others not only an interest in their life, but show them our life that grows the fruit of the Spirit. And the fruit of the Spirit, it's not a watermelon, it's not an orange, it's not a banana, it's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. These fruit of the Spirit, if we'll grow those in our lives and demonstrate to others, then God can make his appeal through us rather than us being a repugnant stench that leaves people, bad pun coming, with a bad taste in their mouth. So I'm thinking today about how I can be appealing for God. And I think the best way I can do that is by the way I live my life and the way I get interested in other people and let them see why I am the way I am in the good ways. That's your food for thought today. More coming to you tomorrow, but have a great day in the meantime.